Ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news. Do you know why my crew is not live with us right now, why they were out of contact? They are under sustained LRAD sound cannon attack. You know, they rolled these out at tea parties in California and other places. First time I saw them was 2004 in New York. They have the National Guard engaging American citizens right now with deadly acoustic weapons that damage the middle ear. Mike just talked to them all. In fact, get Mike Nelson in here right now. And they go, we can't hear you. It's painful. It's and we're text messaging him, telling him just to call in right now. But it's blindingly loud. Get Mike in here right now. Mike heard it. This is happening right now in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, while the G20 and mainstream news is getting rid of the dollar, bringing in world government against everybody right now. Mike Nelson just talked to Jason Douglas, and he's like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. We're under sound weapon attack. Mike doesn't probably want to be on TV, but we'll just turn his mic on. Mike, you talked to him. You said you heard it. You're texting him now, telling him to call into the hotline. We're going to Sherri Tenpenny in a moment. Mike Nelson, office manager here at Infowars. Tell folks what he told you.
He said that they can't hear anything that I'm saying because they're under sound weapon to try to get everybody to disperse and leave the area. And
what does it sound like?
It was just very, very loud. I can't hear him because it's almost like
make the sound. Make the sound. That's what they do. Yeah.
And then I hear a voice every so often.
A voice saying, "Get back, get back,"
to leave the area. But you.
Holy mackerel! Put on CNN right now.
But I can't hear.
I'll guarantee you this is going to be on the news. We've got reporters in the zone right now in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the bastard bankers totally take everything over. Are they texting you back? I mean, we've got to get them on now.
No one's texted me back.
Oh, man. We should have had the operating procedure that if they got hit with a sound weapon, immediately call in. Tell them in the text, get out of the area, and then call in. Well, no doubt they've got video of this incredible event. Oh, man. Dr. Sherri Tenpenny, I tell you, this brings new meaning to the word InfoWar.
Wow, Alex, that's pretty scary, isn't it?
I'm telling you. I mean, my life is like a Twilight Zone episode.
Alex, have you heard reports from other parts in the world? I mean, other than the U.S., are these sorts of things, these sound wave technologies, these mandatory vaccines, FEMA camps, all this other stuff, in other countries, are these the same?
Simultaneously, the Air Force said, well, we can't use this in Iraq in 2004 till we use it in America. So they started using it here, then saying it was a no big deal. Now they're rolling out microwave guns. We've gotten confirmed reports, and I saw this in Denver, but it was in a police area. And when they saw me videoing it, they brought it in a garage. They have microwave guns, big mounted on Humvees. Listen, this is such a police state there that they tried to talk to the military and talk to a spokesman last night. Defense Link put a press release out, and they said, no, we're not going to talk to you. Get out of here. Then they got their license number, had the police pose as Alamo rental car people from the county there, Allegheny County in Pennsylvania. They called them and said, oh, your car's got no brakes. Bring it in. And they said, well, we're in the coordinate G20. We're news reporters. We can't get out till tomorrow. And they said, well, that's fine, because I'm a police officer with the Army and FBI, and you've all been put on terror list, and your life's over, boy, and we know you're a terrorist, and you were sneaking around the military base and ran. All lies, Sherri. And they just think of us as dirt.
Well, and here's the thing, Alex, is that you say they just think of us. They are our neighbors. They are people who live in our communities. Their job is working for the other side. We have to get through to these people that, wait a minute, I'm your friend, I'm your neighbor, I'm an American, I vote for presidents and people just like you do. Why are you doing this? I mean, there has to be a way. We have to learn from history that, when Nazi people, when Germans started assaulting fellow Germans, I mean, all the Jews that they dragged away were all Germans, and that they hurt other Germans. I mean, we've got to let people get through to them, stand there and say, wait a minute, you're in America. Why are you doing this? And I think that passive resistance, handing out flyers and trying to, when you're standing there in the gap, if it comes to that, to remember that, to remind these people that, hey, we're on the same team. It should be us against the people that are telling you what to do, not you against me. We should be doing this differently. Why are you doing this? And I think that we have got to start using those passive resistance tools. We have to use all the mind games that they try to play on us and turn the tables around and get people to understand that we're all Americans and that who's ever giving those orders against Americans, that's the enemy, not the person standing in front of you. And somehow, I don't have all the answers, Alex, and I know you don't either, but we've got to come up with some solutions for people who may be standing in the gap of what can they do in that moment in terms of resistance other than violence. What else can they do?
Well, I want to say this. Approximately 8 minutes ago, we got on the phone with Douglas, and he said, I can hear nothing. They're using sound weapons. They're telling us to disperse. Mike Nelson heard the wah, and then troops stopping every 30 seconds, saying disperse, disperse. We've got them. Let's go to live now. Here they are from Pittsburgh. G20 under attack. Wait, Mike just said they had them. Put them on the system. That's why we punch them up.
Can you hear me, Alex?
Yes. Is this Rob Duke?
Okay. Yeah, we're on 33rd and Liberty in kind of a downtown part of Pittsburgh. We just passed they had the street blocked off, and they were using the sonic weapon on us. They were using it to broadcast, and then they would ramp up the signal for a brief second to let them know that they could, blow some eardrums out. It got pretty loud, and people were crouching down behind.
Who were they using this on? Was this on a protest or just you?
No, this is a protest. We were walking with the protesters downtown, and
tell me you've got video of this. The first time U.S. military uses weapons on the U.S. since, like, Kent State. You're telling me you guys had camera rolling under attack?
We had camera rolling while the sonic weapons were going off.
Oh, my God. You got to send somebody back up to grab it, upload it to YouTube. Did we get... Oh, my God. You guys are definitely getting hazard pay for this. You have definitely earned stripes in the Infowar that I've never even gotten. You got a medal on your chest that I haven't gotten. I'm envious. Man.
It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild right now. It seems like everybody dispersed, though, when that started happening. The largest group went through an alleyway.
Well, why don't you go back and film the troops with pleasure up there with their gun?
Okay.
Now, listen, do it if you want.
Actually, they're driving right past me right now.
Get them on tape.
With the gun. They had two of them. They were using them to broadcast messages in Spanish and English. That's the engine right now. You can hear it passing me. And there's a guy sitting on top, and they would broadcast a message from the chief of police that we were in an unlawful march, and they said they'll arrest anybody. It doesn't matter if you're pressed or not. If you didn't disperse, and then they started launching the weapon.
So people don't have a permitted march, violating the First Amendment. You don't need to have a permit. What was the march doing when you were attacked? And was it National Guard or police?
It was police. Everybody has police on their chest. I haven't seen. I do see. They're wearing dark outfits, the Darth Vader looking outfits, and then they have the camo.
But the news is reporting, and you guys say you talked to National Guard this morning. You were saying they're together, and the
yes.
National Guard are in like a police uniform.
National Guard was not armed at all in terms of with billy clubs or anything, but they were working with police to cordon off areas, and they had Humvees. Right now, I'm looking at a line of police stretched on there in full riot gear, too. The police I'm seeing now are in full riot gear.
Are they the police, though, wearing the National Guard bottoms?
No, they're all wearing dark, although there are some, it looks like Border Patrol. I've seen Border Patrol here, too. They have the dark green Border Patrol uniforms.
So federal police in the middle of Pennsylvania. Again, and Dr. Sherri Tenpenny, I'm going to come back to you in the next segment, okay?
Sure.
Okay, we'll put you on hold for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to shut up. Give me a complete report of what happened to you.
Okay, we were walking down Liberty Street, and right as we were getting to 34th, they had the street blocked off, and they were talking to us through the little sound cannon things, and then they would press them, just to do a beep. It would be like beep, 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 but it would get really loud for a split second, then they would turn it down, and then bring it back up again, and then turn it down, just to let you know that they could do that. It was definitely a show of force, and there's probably... I'm looking at about 300 military right now.
And Douglas said it was painful. Was it painful?
It got loud. It didn't get loud to where it was painful, but it got loud. And they could turn it up louder. They were throwing it up at us just to let us know, and people started crouching down behind cars and mailboxes because they thought they were going to do the real thing on us.
I think they did do the real thing on you, buddy, because that's what Douglas said, but Du always is a cheerful person. Well, whatever. The point is, Rob, specifically, what were they broadcasting in English?
And I have that on tape. And basically what they were saying is that we're in an unlawful assembly, and the chief of police ordered us to disperse. And if we don't disperse, you'll be arrested. And they may use non-lethal means. Non-lethal means where you could be. Yeah, could be. Infowars.com. Could be injured. You know, non-lethal means. So they said.
All right, let me. Is Burmis or is Burmis?
Burmis is right next to me. You want to talk
Let
to
me
him?
talk to him.
Okay. Internet. You're on there. Hey, Alex, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I want to be clear about this. They were shooting you guys with this. Douglas was saying it was hurting. What was this like?
The decibel level was very, very high. One moment I was covering the front of the protest. The next moment my eardrums were blasting. And as that happened, I basically turned around, saw about 40 riot police assisted by military, and I ran up and I got all the footage I could. Every once in a while I'd have to take
There you go.
back.
Assisted by military.